very good evening. I am Selva here again. So we will start in couple of minutes. Let's probably wait for another 2 minutes for other people to join. We will start shortly in 2 minutes. In the meantime, probably I have given you quite a lot of links as a comments for this part 2. You can read that articles so that means that will be useful for you. Probably we will start in couple of minutes. Let's give a time for others to join because you might have missed this because this is at a different link than yesterday. So let's wait for a couple of minutes and we will start in 2 minutes. But still let me try. Yeah, probably in the comment box you can comment now whether my voice is okay or not. If it is okay then fine, otherwise might be I have to fine tune some settings. I think still it is okay or not. Fine. Try again. There is any other settings which I think which I need to really look into. Video is perfect. Okay, fine. Let's go ahead. So let's not waste our time. Probably means if voice is little less, probably you can use your headsets. That helps you to have a better quality of the voice, right? So this is going to be today's topic: emerging trends in electric vehicles. This is part 2. We had a session on part 1 yesterday, and today we have this part 2. Means most of you may be aware. Those who have already attended yesterday, this is part of. Department of EEE from JPR Institute of Technology as a online faculty development program on emerging trends in electric vehicles. Right? We had a session on 14th May, that is yesterday, from 5 to 6, and today we are here on 15th to conclude this FDP. Yep. A quick note means for collecting the certificates, etc. Means what is say feedbacks. Means if you have any clarifications, means contact Muthukumari madam. She is head of department EEE from JPR. To collect the certificates, you have to fill the form. That form link I will circulate probably at the end of my sessions. That will be at 6 p.m. today. Okay, at the end of the sessions I will circulate. So that's a quick update. With that, let's quickly jump onto the topics. So let's try to answer whatever maybe the questions which has been asked in yesterday, which I couldn't answer it because of whatever maybe the reasons. We will try to focus that questions first. Then there are quite a lot of questions on the batteries, so let's talk more on the batteries: cost, performance, C rating, power, energy, SOC, SOH, many things, and electrical infrastructure challenges, power quality. So this is what the topic which I have planned. Voice is not audible still. okay. Hopefully this might be okay now. So let me wait for maybe 30 seconds. Yeah, let me wait for 30 seconds, and probably if you give a confirmation that it is audible, then probably I can go ahead. Yeah, now I think it's fine. Yeah, Haris has confirmed. Anybody else? Probably if at least 2 or 3 confirms, then probably, yeah, at least few of you has confirmed it is fine, then probably I can go ahead. I'm waiting for still no audio, very low audio. Yeah, probably you just try with a headset. Means if you have a headset, and if it is fine, I think yes, there are many yes and fine which I am getting. Yeah, very low volume, that might be because you are not using headset. If it is yeah, a bit better, but still no. Okay, so that might be, yeah, I'm not sure. Yep, yeah, I think getting the better response, fine. So now let's go ahead with the topic. So today, means I thought of talking about question and answers, which we have missed yesterday. Means I have answered few of the questions, not all of the questions. We will try to answer all of the questions what you have asked yesterday. And since there are quite a lot of questions on the batteries, let's probably deep dive into the batteries. We will talk about electrical infrastructure challenges, and of course, at last, if time permits, we will touch upon the power quality aspects as well. Right, this is the answer of the questions. Yep. So this is a question which I have captured it probably from the yesterday text box. I believe that's visible as well. I think attendance link that I have answered already, and these are all the questions I believe I have answered it. So I believe, there are quite a lot of questions, some questions which I have captured with the name, some questions without names, but anyway, probably answer is more important. So life span of the battery, so I thought of answering this question in a much detail, so that's coming up. Is efficiency of hybrid electric vehicle is higher than electric vehicle? So we will also have some quite interesting book which I have already said that in our comment box. You can refer that is in the today's comment box. There is a link which I have given which talks about especially the buses, electric buses in India. So you can get that. How much will be the maximum speed? You can go up to 100 kilometers per hour. So that's the maximum speed which you can go. And again, I have some slides for that. Yeah. What about the kilometer? It can run in 20 seconds of charging. So I have answer for that as well. So probably let's put together all these questions. Let me move on to some slides and I will answer the questions. Then probably again I will come back, because these are all questions relevant to this probably that video which I have shown about 20 seconds fast charging. So let's answer probably from the slides itself with some answers. Yes, maximum speed of the bus. I think the image is visible. So there are 3 buses at different specifications from a different manufacturer. So number of seats also given. So driving distance is also compared, and along with that maximum speed is also clear. Right? So that's an idea for you to just compare you with the I think still there is some clarifications like it is not audible. Probably if it is not audible, try to set your headsets. That's for a better clarity. I think this is what I can do at my best. Probably you can use your headsets for a better volume, and you increase the volume to the maximum in your YouTube as well as in your system. Right? Fine. So this is the maximum speed of the bus. You can have 100 km per hour, 90 km per hour, 83 km per hour. It also compares the driving distance. This is approximately in the range of about 200 kilometers, 260 kilometers. I believe that answered one of the question. And this is another comparison. So the same link which I have already shared it in our comment box. It is a comparison between diesel versus gas versus hybrid electric versus pure electric bus. So means number of seats almost comparable, 32, 44, and only CNG it is 18, but otherwise it is almost in the range of 30. Length, width, height, weight, everything is compared. So you can compare the price. Yes, the pure electric vehicle bus is means what is a much costlier. That's obvious, known. That's the hindering point. That's what we have talked about yesterday, right? And approximate fuel efficiency you can look at. Means what is a 1.5 kilowatt hour per kilometer. If somebody has asked a question, means what is a in that 20-second charge, how much kilometer that will run? So that is charging about 3.3 kilowatt hour, right? 600 kilowatt for 20 seconds. That is charging about 3.3 kilowatt hour. So that will be running probably 2+ kilometers. It will run slightly more than 2 kilometers for a single charge of that flash charging of 20 seconds. What's the fuel cost? Probably means approximately it is in Indian rupee. It is about rupees 10 per kilometer. That is comparatively far better than means any other vehicles, but of course that comes at a means what to say higher capital investment. Range is comparable, right? And you can look at the charging time. We will discuss bit more on that. And maximum power, yes, that you can go up to 180 kilowatt, right? Fine. And what's the battery type which has been installed? I mean, this is about 300 kilowatt hour battery, right? Fine. So again, I think these are all the things, the same link from there I have taken. So I mean, just to quickly give you an idea, I mean, what say conventional vehicles, when we talk about, there are two types, that is IC engines. One is diesel based, other one is natural gas based. When it comes to the electric vehicles, we have a hybrid electric vehicles and we have a battery electric vehicles. When we say battery electric vehicles, that's a pure electric vehicle. So this is battery electric bus, hybrid bus, CNG and diesel. So you can very well conclude that I mean, so to say, the capital investment which we are looking for the electric vehicle is means much higher compared to the CNG and diesel. Right, but if you look at the fuel cost, that's definitely cheaper than your conventional vehicles. Right, these are all the things which is there already in the link, which I believe I have already shared it. But still, I mean, if you want, I think this is a link which is already available in the comment window. So there is about 82 page. This report has been released in 2016 in India. So that gives quite a lot of statistics, numbers. I mean, that almost answers all your questions. I am not going to do one by one page of this document, but most of the questions what you have asked yesterday, means all these questions are answered in this book. So let me come back. Yes, again, this is also from the same thing. Electric vehicles, it's battery electric vehicles, plug-in hybrid electric vehicles, hybrid electric vehicles. So what is battery electric vehicle versus plug-in hybrid electric vehicles? You can see, I mean, battery electric vehicle has only battery and electric motor, whereas I mean, hybrid has IC engine as well. So I mean, what do you say? Somebody has asked if the electric vehicle, if it is a pure electric vehicle and it stops at the middle, what to do? Means you need definitely a charging unit there, or probably you have to, I mean, sort of say, move your mobile diesel generators to charge that vehicle to take it out. But if you have an IC engine, yes, automatically means what say you need not really worry about what is the battery SOC. If the battery SOC goes below certain level, automatically you have a choice to change it to I mean IC engines, right? That's again I believe it's clear, and it's quick comparisons again on the diesel versus battery electric vehicles. How much power or energy this bus consumes for a kilometer? Per kilometer, approximately diesel engine takes about 3.6 kilowatt hour energy, approximately 3.6 kilowatt hour energy, and the battery electric bus is just taking about 1 kilowatt hour. So I mean, this also probably answers the question. If the bus with about 14,250 kg weight, I mean, so if that bus yesterday which we have talked about flash charging, if it charges at 600 kilowatt for 3 seconds, 20 seconds, then it is about 3.3 kilowatt hour. So with that loss, probably you will be able to run a distance of about 3 kilometers. Yes, battery charging versus battery swapping, that's where that yesterday video which we have also talked about, right? Means that battery swapping takes about 2.5 minutes, whereas the charging takes means only 20 seconds. I think that's probably clear from the previous day discussions, and today means what I have touched it, that is not increasing the SOC, state of charge, from 0% to 100%. So that is increasing only a very small percentage SOC. So that might be approximately in the range of about 2 to 3% of SOC. If you want to fully charge, then it takes quite a lot of time. So here the timing is given with slow charging, fast charging, rapid charging, etc. This is with some example, 70 kilowatt hour battery, and at what rate you are charging it. So I mean, if you have a 70 kilowatt hour battery, and if you have 140 kilowatt charger, probably you can charge that in 30 minutes, right? And if it is a 70 kilowatt hour battery, and if it is means 420 kilowatt charger, then you can charge it in 10 minutes. But only thing what you need to note is what is the C rate of this battery. So anyway, we are going to come to that, what is C rate of that battery and how quickly it can charge or discharge. Okay, so when we are charging it, we have two important aspects which we need to consider. What is the charge rate or C rate of the battery, as well as what is the charging capacity of the charger. Two things which we need to consider. So here they have compared a 70 kilowatt hour battery with different charger rates, so slow, fast and rapid charges, and even 50 kilowatt, that means in 1 hour you will be able to charge 50 kilowatt hour. So the battery rating is 70 kilowatt hour, so fully charged it takes means approximately 90 minutes, that is 1 hour 30 minutes, right? That's a quick image comparison, battery charge versus battery swap. So even with the rapid charging, or at least means what's the battery which is available now, means with an 1C battery, you need to wait at least for 1 hour for charging. That's not a constraint from the charger, but the constraint from the battery. As we discussed yesterday, if we increase the C rating of the battery, that means instead of 1C, if we go with a 2C or 3C or a 4C, the cost of the battery will further increase. The best lithium ion battery which is available is 6C battery, that will be able to charge your battery in 10 minutes. Minimum it will take again 10 minutes, but that will be means in the range of about $600 per kilowatt hour, compared to about $200 per kilowatt hour for 0.5C battery, and probably 2C battery will be in the range of about $280 to $300 per kilowatt hour, right? And there are quite a lot of questions with respect to the battery life. Yes, there are some charts, and probably this batteryuniversity.com is the website which you need to really refer, and if you want to means further do some research on these batteries, it gives you a rough idea. The first graph talks about means what to say duty cycles versus the capacity retained. So here I am starting with 100% SOC at the beginning, and when the number of cycle increases, the battery means how much capacity it can retain is decreasing, and probably it has been given from different SOC to different SOC range. 100 to 25% of SOC. What does that mean? The maximum SOC is 100 and minimum SOC is 25, and it is at a 20-degree ambient temperature. Means minimum SOC is maintained at 25, ambient temperature is maintained at 20 degree, and minimum SOC is maintained at 25. When the SOC reaches 25, means you have to charge it up to 100%, and probably means after 100% it start discharging. If it is discharging and further coming down to 25% SOC, again you have to charge. So with that, probably means 4000 cycles, how much capacity it can retain, that's available from this graph. So approximately when the battery reaches about 70% of its retention capacity, then you can call that battery life is over. So here there is another graph, probably again means what to say, in all these cases, means what we need to really note down is the ambient temperature is quite less, that is 20 degree or 25 degree, and we are not charging this battery and discharging the battery with the 100% depth of discharge. In the case of probably the first case, when you have a 100 to 25% SOC, means depth of discharge is only 75%. In the second case with the red, that is 100 to 40, that is only 60% of depth of discharge, and 85 to 25, again it is only 60%, and 100 to 50 it is only 50%, and so on. So means what to say, this life is not giving at an actual ambient temperature, and it is not giving from 100% to 0% SOC. Anyway, means we may not be means what to say, using this batteries from 100% to 0% SOC, but in a real time probably we might be using it from means what to say, 95 to 10%. So that could probably give you a rough idea of how this graphs has to be extrapolated. And one more important thing, the ambient temperature, means higher the ambient temperature, the life drastically comes down. A quick comparison which I tell, means if at a 25 degree, if it comes for a 4000 cycles, at 45 degree it comes for only 1000 cycles. So that gives you an approximate idea of what's the impact of ambient temperature on the cycles. Let me repeat that number. If you have a 4000 cycles at 25 degrees Celsius, that 4000 cycles is reduced to just 1000 cycles at an ambient temperature of 40 degree or 45 degrees Celsius. So when the ambient temperature is more, the battery life is quite less. So that also we need to really make a note of it. And I think these two graphs means quite explains better with respect to the battery life and capacity. And as I told already, this batteryuniversity.com, this link, I'm not sure whether I have shared already in the comments. If not, I will share it probably after this session. You can very well go to that website to understand better about this batteries, their charge, discharge, life cycle, etc. As I told, the manufacturers uses their own simulation tools to assess or plot this graph, and they have some means tests as well, but you will be able to get some simulation results based on the internal tool developed by the various manufacturers. That may not be available for a public, but that's how this battery manufacturers estimates the life of these batteries. Yes, I think before going to means what to say, some basics, let me try to have some more questions and answers. I think life span of the battery, I have answered it. What's the maximum speed of the bus? I have answered it. About kilometer, how much it can run, I think I have answered. Mileage, I think it's all same. What's the SOC change? I will come to that. Or probably means if you go back to the slides and if you look at what's the energy consumes per kilowatt hour, or what's the battery rating, from there you can really find out. So 300 kilowatt hour is your battery in the particular bus, then it is 3 kilowatt hour, that is 1% SOC is what it is increasing during charging of that 20 seconds. What's the SOC change from station to station? If it is a charging, if it is a discharging, that also answers I believe probably from some slides. I have given some numbers on what's the losses. Yes, about 1 kilowatt hour per kilometer. So with a 3 kilowatt hour means you will be able to travel for a 3 kilometers, or probably means what to say, the SOC change is 1 kilowatt hour per kilometer. So probably what is the battery rating which you have considered for that vehicle, based on that you will be able to really take out what's the SOC change. Won't the battery life be affected when frequently charges and the battery when the SOC battery is good? Yes, so probably means what to say, there are two cycles are called, I think when we talk about this graph. Okay, one is complete cycle, that is 100% to 25%, or probably subcycling, that is what probably in the flash charging of yesterday video what we have seen. So flash charging, that means when the SOC is not going from minimum value to the maximum value, but it is oscillates within some range, say example 50 to 55, that is between the stations you are charging it, that is basically called as subcycle. You can means what to say, extrapolate the subcycle also to find out what will be the life of your battery. usage of this types of buses in Indian conditions, roads and traffic, the economy. I think economy is probably a bit clear. Running cost is much less, no doubt about that. I think it is consuming only 1 kilowatt hour, and even the cost wise, I believe I have given some slides to compare. It is just about rupees 10 per kilometer compared to this means other diesel or hybrid engines. But only thing is the capital investment. So it is not about the running cost, but it is about the capital investment that is to be answered. And when this capital investment is to be answered, that is predominant cost goes to the battery. So the battery cost directly relates with this economy. That's mostly on the capital investment, right? Aqua powered costs, I am not really sure. I haven't tried it. So let me find out the answer and come back. Say me the rapid charging is possible. Which material is used for a battery? I am not sure. I have taken that image. Yeah. So probably you can see that from the battery manufacturers. This is from Samsung. Okay. The batteries can be designed with 0.5C or 1C or 3C. Means something. Means what is it? When it is 0.5C, that is called as energy type of batteries, and if it is 3C, that is called as power type of batteries. And even as I told, means 6C battery is available. So it depends upon what's the battery which you are using, right? It's all of probably the same type. How to compensate the voltage drop or a power loss? I'm not sure with this. The question is with respect to the transmission system or not. But means what to say? There is not much power loss in the batteries. Means what to say? Battery SOC drops about 2% per month if it is stored without any discharge. That is with respect to the lithium-ion battery. What is SOC? How it is calculated? Yep, that's a good question. Probably that is a very basic question. I thought of probably explaining it a bit more. That's where probably I brought quite a lot of slides. I have thought of stressing a bit more on this batteries, right? So battery rating, most of the time we have talked about ampere hour or milliampere hour, and means when we go for a higher capacities, then we talk about the kilowatt hours. Means in any way you can talk. Then what is this kilowatt for a battery rating, and what is the C rating? So I think probably this bottle gives you a rough idea. So how much water this bottle can hold, that is basically kilowatt hour. But if I want to take out this water from this bottle, means I cannot take out this entire water available in the bottle in a second. So this bottle cap decides, means how much water, that is liter per second or liter per minute, which I can take it out. That's basically decides the rating. That is battery rating in kilowatt. So means how much you can hold in the bottle is kilowatt hour. That means how much energy which you can store it in the battery, that is kilowatt hour. And at what rate you can charge or discharge. This is an example of discharge. So probably you can even pour the water inside. You cannot pour the water complete bottle in a second. So means what to say, this cap decides how much water it can take per second. So that basically takes about what to say, kilowatt. So at what rate this battery can be charged or discharged, that's kilowatt. And what's the total capacity or total energy which the battery can have or hold is kilowatt hour. So that's probably a bit of idea what it is. And when it comes to the C rate, if the battery is 1C, then the battery can charge or discharge. That means when charge from 0% to 100% in 1 hour, or when it is discharging, it can discharge from 100% to 0% in 1 hour. If it is a 2C, then the battery can charge in 30 minutes, and it can even discharge in 30 minutes. Say example means for the same kilowatt hour battery, I am taking an example of 100 kilowatt hour battery. This 100 kilowatt hour battery, if it is at 0 kilowatt hour, that means it doesn't have any charge now. If it is an 1C battery, if you are charging at a rate of 100 kilowatt, then you can charge it in 1 hour. You cannot charge it at the rate of 200 kilowatt because that is limited with 1C. So what's the kilowatt hour? At the same kilowatt rating only you will be able to charge. So the 100 kilowatt hour battery, you are charging at 100 kilowatt, it will charge in 1 hour. But same 100 kilowatt hour battery, if it is a 2C, you can charge at a rate of 200 kilowatt, and you can, if you charge at 200 kilowatt rate, then you will be able to charge this battery from 0% SOC to 100% in 30 minutes. This is applicable for charging as well as discharging. So probably this charge, the C rate defines what it is. So the C rate dictates what's probably this cap size. If it is 1C, then probably means this cap size is same as the bottle size. So probably means like in 1 hour you will be able to take all the water which is available from this. So probably for this bottle comparison, probably few seconds or few minutes you will be able to take out. But for the battery, yes, if you compare this apple to apple analogy, so 1C battery means if the battery is full, you will take means what is it? You have to wait for 1 hour to take the complete energy which is stored in the battery. If it is a 2C battery, you can discharge at much faster rate. You will be able to discharge in 30 minutes. Right? Fine. What is this state of charge? So probably this is what you see it in your mobile phones also. So means if probably means what is it? Some percentage it is showing, right, in your mobile phones, like 10%, 5%, 50%, 70%, 100% fully charged. So I means what is it? Nowadays, I mean, what to say, its percentage is accurate. It's just not so simple like this. So if the battery is 100 kilowatt hour, now if it is holding 50 kilowatt hour energy in that battery, then it is 50% SOC. SOC is what's the actual kilowatt hour which is available in the battery now divided by what is the rating of this battery. So that is battery SOC. Battery capacity, which is expressed as a percentage of its maximum capacity. Right, so this percentage is now available even in our mobile phones. That's thanks to battery management systems. And probably means in a recent phones, smartphones, you might have noticed if your battery reaches 100% SOC, automatically your battery charger disconnects. That means it's not further charging. So means what to say, the battery management system technology is growing. So that is just not measuring the temperature of each cell, modules, rack level. It is also finding out the voltage difference between the cells, and it decides at what rate it has to charge, what rate it has to discharge, everything. So battery management system is the brain behind the battery, which has to ensure the safety of the battery. So means whenever your electric vehicle probably like this goes to a charging station, means this battery management system available in the battery conveys the information to this charging station that what's my battery rating in kilowatt hour, what is the C rate or what is the kilowatt rating, what is the present SOC, what's the ambient temperature, and at what rate I can charge now. All these informations, this battery management system of the battery which is available in your vehicle pass that information to your charging stations. Then accordingly your charging station controls at what rate this battery has to be charged. Say example, if you are going with a say 100 kilowatt hour battery which is 1C, then you can charge it means 100 kilowatt rate. But assume that ambient temperature is high, then probably BMS automatically intelligently calculates at what rate it has to charge. At present you cannot charge it at 100 kilowatt, maybe only you have to charge at 70 kilowatt. Then probably the rate at which the battery has to be set charged automatically controlled in this charging station at a set point of 70 kilowatt. And again, from 0% to 100% you cannot charge the battery in a constant power. So there are different ways of charging it, like a constant current charge, constant voltage, etc. So anyway, that's a bit lengthy topic which I am not going for, but you can really understand one important aspect. The battery management system in the battery is basically the brain of the battery, and which needs to ensure the safety of this battery. Right, so let me quickly come to, I think SOC, that's I believe that's answered. Is there any financial support from the government? As of now, no. Yeah, why can't we use fuel cell instead of battery? You can use fuel cells. I think I have given some link on yesterday video that about a train which is running in Germany. That's a fuel cell train, and even there are many manufacturers including Toyota is doing some research on this fuel cell vehicles, but fuel cell vehicles, so that is extremely costly. To give a rough idea of what is the cost of your fuel cells, even if you compare this apple to apple of power plants, you will be able to get the answer for what's the cost of fuel cells. Solar plant approximately cost about 3.5 crores to 4 crores per megawatt. Thermal plant cost about 5 crores per megawatt. Hydro cost about 7 crores or 8 crores per megawatt. This is all power plants which I am comparing, but still I believe that gives you a rough idea. This fuel cell cost about 40 crores per megawatt. So you can compare from there. Where the capital investment of this fuel cell. So fuel cell based vehicles are not economical, at least as of now. I think there are other lot of questions. I believe all these questions might be answered probably along my session, right? So let me go ahead, and even the time what I have is bit short, and I believe there might be some questions today as well. I am not really watching. Yep, fine. So depth of discharge, this is another important parameter of this. This what probably I am talking. So I should have talked this slide before, when I have talked about the life of this slide. Yes. What is depth of discharge? So the maximum SOC is 100%, minimum SOC is 0%. This is SOC, and my SOC is 50%. That means the battery holds 50% of what it can hold, right? So means we may not be able to access till 0% and up to 100% in our lead acid batteries, but in lithium ion batteries it is possible to take or utilize the entire 100% of the energy which is available in the battery. But for that you cannot use a constant power or a constant power charge or discharge. So above certain SOC, then automatically your charging or discharging mechanism has to change if you want to extract the entire capacity from the battery, right? So let's talk about this. So first one is talking about 90% depth of discharge. What does that mean? From 95% maximum SOC and 5% that is the minimum SOC. So means 95 minus 5, that is 90% of depth of discharge. Similarly, means if you are discharging only from maximum SOC if you are setting at 85% and minimum SOC if you are setting at 15%, then your depth of discharge is 70% and 60 and 40. And this you can set in your battery management system which is available with the battery. That means what is the maximum SOC which the battery can have, that can be battery management systems. So this battery management system measures the SOC continuously, and based on what is the SOC, this sends the informations to the charging unit at what rate it has to charge or at what rate it has to stop. That means if I am setting the my maximum SOC as 85%, then means as soon as the battery reaches 85% SOC, this battery management system conveys that information to your charging station to stop charging beyond that point, right? So similarly, probably means minimum SOC when you are running your vehicle, so that vehicle probably automatically stops if you set at that value. But still, you can really understand that this helps to increase the life of the battery. Here, if you compare, means when you are having a 75% to 25%, that means only means if you are running 50% depth of discharge, probably the blue line which you can see, even after 10,000 cycles, that battery is able to retain about 80% of the capacity. But only thing which you need to note down is that is at an ambient temperature of 20 degrees Celsius. Right? Yep. That is about registration link. Yeah. Let me take quick questions if any today. Yeah, I will try to take out some questions today. Yeah, from Kannan Subramaniam, how to enhance the battery life? I believe I have answered that question with this depth of discharge by means of maintaining your ambient temperature, maintaining your depth of discharge, and other important parameter is what's the rest SOC. At what SOC you are retaining a battery for rest of the time when you are not utilizing this battery. That means when you are not charging or discharging. So these three parameters basically decides what's the life of the battery. So if you want to enhance the life of the battery, then you need to really look at what is the depth of discharge. Do we have better option other than lithium ion battery? Is there any developments in this field of find to alternate for lithium ion? Yeah, there is fuel cell vehicles which are growing, but at present that is expensive. That's the only thing which is which we need to think. So apart from that, means what to say, there are sodium sulfur batteries. That's all for stationary applications, not for the electric vehicle applications. Yes, how can we estimate the state of health? That's another question. So there is a difference between SOC and SOH. So SOH is basically this, like after 2000 cycles, how much percentage this battery can hold. So that is SOH. SOH is measured by your battery management systems.